Okay, so with only 2 episodes left, the Boruto Naruto Next Generation's anime kicks it into high gear with the Code arc with episode 291 called Control. And I am gonna lie, it's kind of crazy to see the fandom, dare I say it, switch up as I've been accused of when it comes to this series, because I remember a lot of people leading up until this point saying, yo dog, I can't wait, Code arc is gonna take over, it's gonna be the shebanga of the entire anime community, is going to really take things to a new level. And here we are with the Code arc full in effect with the last 2 episodes remaining, and I'm seeing a lot of Boruto fans raging, criticizing, seemingly no longer having compassion for the animators like they did. It's all out the window now, and they are angry as ever because episode 291 of Boruto apparently was not to the liking of many Boruto fans. I must go, must leave this house. I must go, the time is now. I must go, it's time to get out. And before we get started, hit that subscribe button and that bell. You know the drill. You want more anime and manga talks, then hit them. I'm here. Yeah, hit it. I'm waiting. Right there, boom. In particular regarding the animation, because in general, I think the art, for the most part, nobody can deny that the art looked great. They got that one animator that I don't know what it is, that he just, when it comes to his art game, he makes it look purty. And it seems as though for episode 291, they chose beautiful art over stellar animation. They were like, yo, make it look pretty. It ain't gonna move pretty, but it's gonna look pretty. And that's pretty much, for the most part, what they did with this episode, because again, art-wise, it looked really dope, but animation-wise is why a lot of fans are really upset right now. Because again, also, to be fair, when it comes to the Boruto anime as it stands right now, it's definitely interesting to note that at the very least with these last few episodes before, you know, we go off air for a while until part 2 arrives, it's kind of madness that, hey, they're not putting out all the stops. I totally kind of look at it like, hey, it definitely makes you wonder, like, wait, why wouldn't they go all out in the end? You know what I'm saying? With only a few episodes remaining, considering there's a few episodes remaining before they go off air for a long time. So it makes you look at it like, what's going on? But again, because the Boruto anime fandom has been praising this and also saying, yo, the anime is ending, we gotta be understanding, yes, let the animators rest, it's very hypocritical to see a lot of the fans now, after saying that they're very excited about the animators getting time and all of this stuff, to now come across and seem unsympathetic, to say the least, when it comes to the animators with this episode. Because yeah, just keeping it real, the animation wasn't great at all. A lot of the times in the back and forth between Code and Boruto and Code and Kawaki and everybody involved in this episode, the animation really wasn't good. I'll be honest with you, like, it was decent at best. On a scale of 1 to 10, if I had to grade the animation off of it, I'd probably say it was somewhere in the ballpark, anywhere from like a 4 and no higher than a 6. It was like bad to fine. It never got great or anything like that, but I wouldn't say it was completely terrible either. It was like, but yeah, fans are raging over it. Despite the episode itself, the contents of it is very hype, because again, we're going back and we got the canon stuff from the manga being adapted with Boruto and Kawaki versus Code, as well as Naruto gearing up to get into battle, because essentially this episode takes place from where the last one left off, after Boruto's epic declaration to Code, yo dog, you ain't taking my bro right here, alright? You ain't gonna have him, it ain't gonna happen, I'm here now, we gonna put you down like the dog you are, you Otsutsuki loving motherfucker. And I just thought to myself, dog, didn't they say that Code, like, especially once his limiters are removed, he's like stronger than Jigen? So without the limiters, I doubt there's that giant of a gap that Boruto can suddenly whip some tail. What do you think you're about to do, Boruto? How do you think you and Kawaki are gonna get it done? Now granted, I gotta admire the, you know, tenacity, so to speak, and the bravery to jump out there anyway, regardless of the fact. I think that's kind of honorable, to say the least, of like, yo dog, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of taking out Code, but you came through anyway, and you're still giving it a shot because you care about Kawaki. So I think that also helps to solidify the bond, yet again, between Boruto and Kawaki in terms of like a brotherhood, because yo, he's actually putting his neck out on the line to save Kawaki from this disaster that they've been trying to seek out and take out before he could destroy the leaf. And you can definitely see that Code, he is full throttle, still very much so in the same mindset that he was off rip from when he had that vision conclusion from Ishiki all those episodes ago of he wants revenge. He's out for vengeance because of what happened to Ishiki, and even though he recognizes that Boruto is an Otsutsuki, he's like, yo dog, that's kind of wild, you and Otsutsuki, yo, I really rock with Otsutsuki, but still gotta feed you to the tree, lad. Like, yeah, he doesn't really care in that regard. It's all about the divine tree, so to speak. And I will say it is kind of interesting to note that, you know, at the end of the day, regardless if Naruto has Kurama or not, the fact that all of this is going down in Naruto's village, it kind of says a little bit of something of like, damn, the village, you know what I'm saying, they ain't as up to snuff as you would think to be able to handle situations like this, because in all actuality, it was one kid tricked the system, and then the other dudes showed up, and then Boruto ran off after them. That's really it. And it's like, I get it that Kawaki's abilities are kind of advanced, and him being able to hide his chakra was a little bit of a curveball, but fam, y'all don't have any mechanisms to like, okay, boom, Code is here, we instantly could, you know, get over there with all of the jutsu in the Naruto verse. They couldn't have some type of jutsu that'll immediately get them over there. You got Naruto there, which I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of madness to see our boy at this light of, without Kurama, he's there having 3 clones, or him and, you know, 2 other clones basically preparing to go into Sage mode. It's like, we definitely have lost a lot of ground in Naruto's arsenal, because fam, he's doing things he did back in the Pain Invasion arc just to get started. Now, granted, I don't think by no means is he as weak as he was back in the Pain Invasion arc, simply because, again, in terms of experience, he has way more since then. I mean, for crying out loud, he fought in the 4th Great Shinobi War, so you definitely can't look at it like, yo, he's as weak as he was in that regard, but still, it's madness to see, like, he can't even go into Sage mode at will like that anymore. He gotta do this whole setup, and yo, it's kind of nuts. And I ain't gonna lie, I did like when Shikamaru came through and was like, yo, I'm gonna join you, because it also takes it back to that Naruto camaraderie of like, yo, the Konoha 11 are still rocking strong, and as his advisor, Shikamaru just proves time and time again that he was the correct pick to be the right-hand man to Naruto. Like, Sasuke's his right-hand man in another regard, like, he'll send him to the ends of the earth, so to speak, and Sasuke will go for it, but Shikamaru being right next to him, with the knowledge and wisdom that Shikamaru has, and his ability to strategize and whatnot, is a good thing. And when he basically tells Naruto, yo dog, I knew you was gonna go regardless, so I'm going with you, I was like, man, respects to Shikamaru. Even though he's completely outclassed in this situation, he's still gonna rock with your boy. But wow, when Naruto said, yo dog, call it the Age of Wisdom, his new Age of Wisdom Sage mode, I was like, well, let's see how this thing goes, because again, Code, we don't know exactly where he's at, but we do know that he's very formidable, and they were kind of fearing him to begin with, and if he gets those limiters off, it is curtains for all of them. But then the episode brings forth something very interesting, because as Boruto and Code are going at it, for the most part, Code is kicking his tail around for quite some time, until eventually Boruto pushes back, forcing Code to go into his white karma, and ultimately now he's actually getting a little bit more serious. And again, it's very fascinating to see the difference of the black karma that Boruto and Kawaki have and the white karma that Code has, and how even though there's no per se vessel type of situation where Ishiki or Momoshiki or any Otsutsuki can dwell within Code, he still has the ferocity and the strength there. If I throw the argument in terms of the whole situation of not having to worry about an Otsutsuki taking over, in this situation, Code's karma probably gives him the edge, because he can go all out and not worry about Momoshiki or Ishiki taking control of him, because he could just go straight through with his karma mark. So in that regard, despite Code having, you know, this resentment, so to speak, that he can't be taken over, he still has the capabilities of being able to put in the work, have the strength, and at the same time move forward. So in terms of the karma right there, and we actually get to see a little example of that, because once he goes into his white karma, he really starts slapping Boruto around like it's nothing. Like, Boruto at least had a little bit of hands, but once he went into his karma mark, it was kind of curtains for a bit. And now we're seeing a little bit more of the tricky nature of the medicine that Amado dosed Boruto with in the previous episodes, because it's showcasing that even after he gets his ass kicked or whatnot against Code, he's starting to power up and he's getting some hold of Momoshiki's abilities, but Momoshiki ain't controlling him. So this is the first time where Boruto has a taste of Momoshiki's strength, but he's not at the mercy of Momoshiki taking over his body entirely, and he's actually putting in work yet again. And Amado, the anime has shown time and time again that it's just, what the hell, dog? What the hell is going on here with this, you know, shady medicine, to say the least, that Amado's been giving him? Also, quickly to go back to something, because I remember in the manga, a lot of fans were very upset at Kishimoto for having Naruto tell Hinata, like, yo, don't come with me, you gotta stay with Himawari. And I just think to myself, like, why were people mad about that? I don't know with the anime if people are mad about it, but I still remember with the manga, people were like, that's so sexist, like, Hinata should be on. No, at the end of the day, they have a little little daughter, and one of the parents should ideally be there if the worst case scenario happens, to stay with the kid. And Naruto was being the Hokage that he is and protecting another person in his village. Like, yo, you stay with our daughter, I'm gonna go and get our son back. Also, something to note is that when Amado starts finding out some of this stuff, he starts getting enraged, in particular regarding Kawaki. It's like, dog, what's going on here? You know, I've said it a while back, but I'll say it again. That whole time travel theory definitely has some credence, or just in general, like, Amado has a lot of knowledge, but it seems as though things aren't going according to what he thought would happen. So that's why I always revert back to, is Amado from the future? Is he Kawaki from the future? Like, what's going on here, fam? Why does he get upset when he finds out that things are happening in a way that he didn't predict? It's like, I mean, unless he's some sort of fortune teller, I don't know. He's Madam Shirley 2.0, Amado Shirley, you know what I'm saying? But as the battle continues, Boruto suddenly falls out in pain, clutching his chest essentially, and a lot of people are questioning, like, wait a minute, so is it due to the medicine? Because it kind of makes sense again, like, wait, so he's able to have Momoshiki's power without Momoshiki taking control, but then now he's falling out in pain, which also gives again Code an opportunity to kick Kawaki's tail. Like, yo, you can say whatever you want about Code, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the next generation, they can't rock with him at all. Look what he's doing. They both trying to jump in with Karma powers, and Karma has been shown in the Boruto series to be somewhat hacked, and he's still holding his own and doing more than just that. Like, dog, Boruto falls out and he just starts whipping Kawaki down. Like, it's madness. But just as it's about to go down, time stops for everyone except Boruto and Momoshiki, where Momoshiki basically says, yo, dog, you getting cooked out there, fam. Let me take control of this shit, and takes over Boruto's body, leading into the epic conclusion where Boroshiki, basically Boruto being controlled by Momoshiki this time around, goes nuts and creates the biggest Rasengan you've ever seen. That blast looked like, I don't know, when Gohan was fighting against Cell and that Kamehameha struggle that was like gigantic up to the sky. It felt like that was the type of size that Rasengan was, which showcases that even when Boruto was getting little tastes of Momoshiki's strength, there's no way in hell that Boruto using Momoshiki's strength earlier in the battle would have been able to produce that. So that just goes to show there's different levels. There's like the shinobi level, and then you see what the Otsutsuki are capable of, and it's like, god damn, it's like they have an endless pool of chakra on some shit, which kind of makes sense if you think about it, how Hagoromo was the one that created the tail beast, and the tail beasts are pretty much damn near like limitless chakra, so the Otsutsuki are gonna be even bigger than that when it comes to their chakra reserve. And imagine if Boruto had the ability of tapping into that power when he's conscious and cognizant of his own body. That would be, yeah, yo, we heading into Dragon Ball Z levels of power scaling when it comes to stuff like this. Like, that blast looked like it could take out half a freaking island, half a city or something, I don't know. And overall, despite fans being upset because yes, the animation isn't to the level that we all wanted, the art still looked pretty dope, and the story itself for the canon stuff from the manga is solid and kind of epic. So yeah, I'm not the biggest and most excited about what they're doing with the animation, especially considering it's going on a temporary hiatus, but I still thought that the episode was pretty dope, and I like the art, and I think that fans with the raging and whatnot is like, yo, no, we got a couple more episodes to go with this bad boy before we gotta wait for a while. Can we cool it? You know what I'm saying? Can we cool it? Can we chill? But yeah, I think I'm going to go into this with the mindset for these remaining episodes of enjoying seeing the manga come to anime. I'd said my complaints and my criticisms, but as a whole, pretty epic stuff, and just in general, seeing what Boruto is capable of when Momoshiki is in control in comparison to when Boruto's in control, vastly different, and just makes me wonder what time skip Boruto is going to be like if he's able to tap into that type of power and create Rasengans the size of giant Kamehamehas. Madness. But let me know what you think, your overall thoughts and expectations for the last couple episodes of Boruto anime, and how you feeling about this one. Were you raging, disappointed, angry because the animation wasn't to your expectations? And yeah, your overall thoughts on ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more.
I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such an odd unique, yet I'm so unique and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably read bleak, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.